Alex Valtrades here, and I am back with another exclusive live stream of Vampyr. So, let's get started. You gonna lay down? No? Okay. You gonna scream at me? Ah? Oh. You... Ah, there we go. She's fun. Okay, so... Oh yeah, that's right. I have to go be mad at that guy. Forgot what Father Whitaker did. Like, what a jerk. I'm not gonna rest, though. Oh, why does it feel like I'm flying around a lot more? I did the big room. Oh, is one of these migraine? Headache? Migraine, yes! Craft. What's this? Stamina, sir. Mm. White stamina, sir. Serum. Sturman? Come on, Alex. Alright, so let's see.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
We can do that later. I don't want that. I just want... Yes, that. Okay. He has a headache, so I can make something for a headache. He's got fatigue. He's got migraine. He's got migraine. So I got 2 people with migraines. 1 guy with a headache. So, where is this guy? Oswald Thatcher. Not sure I know where he is. I wish I could see where people were. Doesn't seem to be like flying about. guy with a migraine is over here. So yeah, let's go this way. Sorry, I don't want to get lost. I also need to go yell. The priest. What's in here? Well, for one thing, that. Oh, stop that. This is a hideout, isn't it? I honestly don't know where I am, though. Hey, sweetie. God, you're very cute with your paw like that. You do. I think I am getting close to the guy. Okay. With the migraine.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
We've been talking about this colossus. Perhaps I should look into it.
Okay.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Well, I guess we'll go talk to this guy first. You murderer.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker.
I'm not calling you priest.
So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
You still a murderer?
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of...
Quite a judgmental opinion, if
But you are seeking answers.
Well, suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must
Setting
fight the
people on
disease
fire.
before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No,
What is left then?
cleansing fire.
Yep.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Now, where do you put the limit?
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad.
Yes.
And dangerous.
Yes.
You're nothing but a soulless butcher.
Yes.
A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
Yeah.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Tobias believes the vicar of St. Mary's Church, Joseph Larrabee, is preaching a false faith. You can get a lot of points from killing this guy, which I am gonna do.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
If you propagate the devil's work, you'll perish by the devil's work. Such is the law of the Lord.
You're great.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
That's enough. Goodbye. No, I want to hear more.
A laughing queen dressed in blood. Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return.
You're crazy.
Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon,
You're talking about
drunk
Jezebel?
on the blood of the saints.
Okay, I'm not sure that was helpful. Confess your crimes.
Tobias Whitaker, confess why you burnt those people alive.
I have done what no one was ready to
I mean,
do.
confessing,
will smite
I know
the
why he
flesh of
did
the
it. He's
unclean
insane.
to protect the righteous.
He's been pretty obvious. Yeah, you exploit the epidemic to kill.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No. No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reed. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
You're such a jackass.
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Ugh, I feel dirty taking his money. Do I have all of his hints? No. God damn it. Get his other hint. Mine is only 2 and he's 5. I need to kill this guy. Where's the other hint? Wait, why does this one still
Why
act
did
like-
you send...
I sent him.
You sent a man to die because of a stupid vision. I have heard enough of your nonsense. Goodbye.
Okay. Does that now
Good evening,
end?
Mr. Whittaker.
His father.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That was annoying.
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
Alright, there we go. Bias Crusade is funded by his apprentice grave digging activity. Apprentices?
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless night.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
I can't help but hate him. I wish there was some way to track them.
I'm cheap and
Not what I meant to do.
you look so pale, my lord. Would you like me to?
Where is this guy?
This city is doomed.
Ah, he's in here. That's his son.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets.
Isn't he usually over here? Where is he? Oh no! Is he already? Where the fuck is your dad?
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Never heard of her.
Goodbye, young man.
Where is he? I don't have a way to cure him, and I can't find him. I went where he usually is.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
Did find him. Yes, good.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I can try to help your body heal, sir. But you must stop destroying it.
The war destroyed me, Doctor.
Oh, thank God.
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not recently.
She's like, killed her.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
That's not great.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Aw.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now. Good evening, Benjamin. Can I
See
help?
that hint.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
No. Okay.
A gun,
Now let me go talk to his son again. Should remember how to get there. I've like found him and then he wasn't where I was expecting him to be though.
Its effectiveness has
I
been
guess he walked
proven
down
by
this area. Why are you two like right next to each other? You seem
You look and smell worse than the shit in the gutter, old man.
It's all a bloody joke to you, isn't it? Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering.
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
You have black bloody heart, boy.
Keep on digging through the rubbish, that's all you're good for.
Someday
Jesus Christ, you guys should stop talking to each other.
Wasted your life away.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Oh, I get hints for these bastards.
Goodbye, young man.
joke to you, innit? Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering.
Seriously, you two stop talking to each other. If I don't rest, the enemies won't reset, so I can just run through here as many times as I want. And it not be a big deal. Alright, let's see if I can find this Oswald guy. He's sick.
I will not let you down, my boy.
The pain.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
About the use of garlic in wooden stakes. Dear brothers, I must now draw your attention to a very important point, the use of garlic as a protection against vampires. Let's be crystal clear on the subject. Garlic will never protect you against those creatures. No matter how fresh, how strong, and how smelly, garlic is totally useless as a defense. I can never say enough how damaging that novel of Bram Stoker has been. Oh, yes, of course, population of solid countries place garlic cloves in coffins. Yes, of course, inhabitants of Santorini Island hang garlic on their windows. There would be so much to write about this place, and someday soon I hope to go back to this island to further explore its occult tradition. But that is not to protect the living from the devil. It is to tell the dead that they are aware of their malevolence. It is a symbol, nothing more and nothing less. So please, by all means, yes, wear garlic, show garlic, hang garlic, and tell the shadows that you are not afraid. But if you are looking for supernatural protection, you will have to search much deeper into the forgotten secrets of the occult tradition. For here is the truth, my fellow brothers. Garlic does not repel vampire, but all the fresh plants will hurt them. It is as if their body could not stand the presence of botanical elements. I have seen an enraged wolf flee when whacked with a rose. Yes, a simple rose. I have witnessed a violent Ecton fall down and beg for mercy when struck by a wooden stake. Wouldn't a human being do so as well? I don't know why it is so effective, and I would give my left arm to find the answer to that mystery. But the truth remains, nevertheless. Vampires are very sensitive to fresh herbs, plants, and woods. From Facing the Shadows, How and Why, by Usher Talltree, Primate of St. Paul. Sometimes this thing is like, do something. I'm gonna do something? What's this Oswald dude?
As for me,
Good evening, sir. Don't still more coming.
Why is there a phone ringing?
I will not let you down, my boy.
It's locked.
I run into the... To not cough in public, because we can control when we need to cough, right? There's so much space inside you guys are not using.
Dr. Reed will help straighten things out in Pembroke, remember?
Who the fuck is this Oswald guy?
Perhaps I should have considered the
This is no time to serve.
Who are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed of the Pembroke Hospital. May I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed. So it's you who saved my friend Oswald.
I'm looking for him.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
And you are?
Newton Blight. Oswald and I recently returned from the war.
Ah.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. And me, I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
He just walked by.
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it, of course.
War was... Well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
That makes sense.
I fought in France, too. I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him?
Yes, I
doesn't
have a
usually listen to
migraine cure
doctors.
for him.
But perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. I couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies.
No, I do.
Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of
Just
yourself.
to end the conversation at that point. Okay, so people come in here. What the hell is that? I can't go in there with him when the door is open? Ridiculous. If he's afraid of rats, he really shouldn't be, like, in that area.
I can't help it. Sorry.
Where did Oswald go, though? It's in the middle of that conversation. Oh, seriously, where did he go? Dude just fucking disappears.
Hello again, Mr. Thatcher.
Hippie Beaver.
Do you feel any better now?
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Okay.
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me wrong, sir. I'm grateful for what you've done, but I've never felt comfortable with doctors.
Regardless, I'm healing you.
I'm certain you have your reasons, but let me assure you, I'm not like other doctors you may have consulted with.
I'm a vampire.
It's true. You risked your life to save me, after all. It would be impolite to refuse your counsel.
Oh, thank God.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
I don't know. He was buried under dead bodies and being eaten by rats for God knows how long. I think he went through worse.
Why were you locked in that sewer? What happened?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Why did you run? What was the reason for your argument?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital. I can't stand being closed in. Makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
Tell me about your claustrophobia. Has anyone given you an official diagnosis?
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical
He
help?
already
I don't
explained
trust
the answer to
doctors.
this.
All they care about is their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped
I
is
literally
not going to go away by
met
itself.
you
You need
locked
professional
into a
help.
room.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Yeah, this place seems fresh.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then if you're so interested in my case.
Happened in the war. You got buried.
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again. So I'm inclined to believe you were trapped or buried somehow. Maybe during a shelling.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please. Tell me more about it.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation tunnel after an artillery attack. We were buried alive for several days without ever knowing if we'd be found.
Oswald, tell me about what happened when you were buried in that tunnel with Newton.
It was more than dark. It was black as pitch. Hours seemed like days, and days like months. The terror, the shameful thoughts. Lord have mercy.
What
Yeah,
you
I
endured
got stuck
was
on the
terrifying.
shameful thoughts too.
It would have completely destroyed weaker men.
It did not destroy Newton.
My thought is that it's about Newton.
Shameful thoughts. Tell me about them.
At some point, I don't remember which day, but when I thought we'd never be rescued, that this would be our end, I thought about
You always stuff?
Say it, Mr. Thatcher. If you ever want to heal, you have to say it.
I thought about what I could do to survive.
Oh,
For
you
a
thought
few
about
more
eating
days.
him, didn't you?
I thought about killing Newton. Killing and eating him. The man I fucking love.
Okay, so both things. Oh, no. We know that Oswald is in love with Newton. We don't know that Newton is in love with Oswald.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I need
love
to
him.
pry.
I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
I admire the
admire your
honesty I
honesty.
forced upon you.
It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
I didn't. This is so stupid. But I do love that of like I mesmerized, charmed him into talking about his clandestine relationship with Newton, and then had the gall to fucking compliment him on his honesty.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
Oh, you mean he doesn't want to be tried by the court of England for, you know, the crime of homosexuality? Gee, I don't understand why.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself. Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. You doing your rounds as usual?
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that.
It's the fact that it's illegal?
It's more, well, you know, I never thought I'd love a man.
Okay. Why is the idea more that they're afraid of, like, social issues as opposed to the fact that it is literally illegal to be gay?
Maybe a time will come when you'll not have to hide who you are.
I think it's in 1952.
Only advise caution.
I know, Dr. Reed. Oswald wouldn't survive behind bars.
See? Okay, fine.
He wouldn't live long if we were separated.
Thank you. I appreciate the fact that they finally acknowledged that it's illegal to be gay in this time period in this country.
You and Oswald were buried alive during the war. Tell me about it.
Yeah. It was last summer. A shell hit our trench and we were buried for a week.
Oswald seemed far more traumatized than you by the event.
It wasn't the first time it happened to me. And surviving it again gave me strength. You believe that?
How did you survive for a week?
Luckily for us, there were rations and water in the tunnel. It was an outpost, see. Since then, Oswald's not keen on being inside for too long.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
What a terrible last name. Okay, so I've healed everyone in the Pembroke. I need to find this guy. I know where he is, actually, but he won't talk to me. I need to get my mesmerize level up. Can I do that? And I need to eat this guy. I have no, like, compunctions over killing a man who sets people on fire. None. Alright, then let's go do that. Can we move the map around? Jesus Christ, stop doing that. Is there a way to move it? But I was going the wrong way. Oh God!
Stupid!
Admit, I was shocked. I didn't expect them to be right there. These interior spaces that we can't actually access. It's interesting.
Stay away!
Where are you? You're right there.
Sir, step away! I said stay easy, does it, boy? We can deal with this, vermin.
I hit both of you. Awesome. How did that not kill him? Oh, he's... Not sure how I missed that first shot. This is about where I got the club that I love so much. Those are dead bodies. I don't need blood. Although, get rid of that aggro, that aggravated damage, and then...
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh, why do you complain every time I eat a rat? It's not that big a deal, Jesus.
Get them weapons ready! We found one!
Woo! You missed. Oh, goddamn.
See them fancy clothes?
Oh god, I killed him really fast. I didn't mean to. Oh, come on. He's almost dead. Everyone has a purse on them. is he only worth like... Oh, okay. Dr. Strickland's list. Ordered by Dr. Thoreau Strickland, Pembroke Hospital. List of substances and ingredients. Lachrymia papaveris, medical opium. Sodium hypochlorite, potassium permanganate.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Let's go back to the Pembroke. Oh, that was a much faster way of getting there. It's like, is there something over here or is it shiny? Talk to Strickland. Tidbits.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Thoreau secretly exposes his patients to an experimental medication for the Spanish flu.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
Take a break. Let's not make heroin by accident.
Don't you think we have enough work already? Perhaps now is not the best time to be chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows, really? It's funny those words coming from the only doctor here who has spent more time outside this hospital than in.
Oh, well, fuck you too, man.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
What?
How long must I wait down? We will not further your agenda, sir. How long is it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year?
You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Unit of each, 1 unit and 6 units of ferrous tartrate. What do I have? I have 154 things of ferrous tartrate. So I certainly can give the 6 for that, but how do I do it? And then 1 of, what are the other 2? Sodium and potassium. I think I have all that. So how do I? To my medical desk? Oh, no. No, you mean this. Oh, okay.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
Not Dr. Ackroyd. That guy's a douche canoe. Ugh. How are you making this the thing that you want me to do? I'm gonna bring the medicine to Thoreau, even though it's not real medicine.
So tired. Will this shift
I cannot enter.
Breaks me like a wall. I'll never get any benefit from her.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I
What
be
is
of
with
any
this
help?
angle? I've improved your mixture. It's now just a placebo.
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it.
Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive? Or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure
Oh,
that
I guess
has
he's
no
just telling him
actual
the truth.
physical
Alright, I'm
effect.
fine with that.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Aha!
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Key to their office. Aha! You bastards have to share an office.
At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula.
And you were honest with him, so I think that's decent. That's not what I wanted. Patient Mortimer Goswick, male, age 23, followed by Dr. Ackroyd, status convalescence, date of admission October 27th, date of release to be determined. Notes, the patient shows many signs of extreme fatigue and major sores on the throat, mouth, and tongue, but no sign of flu. Refuses to speak, claims it is too painful. I've already healed him. Needs rest and healing of throat mucous membrane before any decision can be made concerning his release. It's not infected with the Spanish flu.
It's locked, all right.
Letter to Dr. Swansea. Pembroke Hospital, October 14th. Dear Dr. Swansea, despite the actual urgency of the sanitary situation, I must inform you of a recent case of professional misconduct inside the Pembroke. Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan has been found guilty of undeniable unprofessional conduct and thus guilty of endangering a patient. Under no circumstances should a nurse diagnose and establish a prescription without at least informing the referent doctor about her conclusion. You know me, Edgar. I'm not against personal initiative when it is for the interest of all, especially during a crisis like the one we are facing. But we can't allow a nurse to perform a diagnosis and decide on a procedure to apply to a patient. The fact that said patient survived is no attenuating circumstance. Yes, it is. It just means we dodged the bullet this time. I demand the strictest authority on this matter. Very respectfully, Dr. Waverly Ackroyd. God, he's such a dick! She has not been suspected of neglecting her professional duties. She's been suspected of doing more than what she is assigned to do. Your guys' office is so small for 3 people to share. Especially compared to my office. Oh god! That guy jumped out of nowhere. Oh god, now there's 4 of them. We just almost kill these guys. Kill him. Yep. I really do have a handle on this now, I feel like.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
That's because I liked Tippett. Get out of the way, Pippa. Ah, there it is.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Not really.
Brannigan has been recently accused of neglecting her professional duties. Tell me what you really think about it.
This kind of protest is nothing but elitist bullshit. I trust Nurse Brannigan with my life. She has what it takes to be a great doctor.
Do you really think she could be the next Elizabeth Blackwell?
Believe me, Dr. Reed, a time will come when skill and skill alone will determine who can be a physician and who cannot.
That's fine, but...
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed the body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
During an epidemic, it's kind of hard to say that, oh, you shouldn't work
Goodbye,
if you have skills. Where is she?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger, Gwyneth.
That's not true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot of doctors that I know. Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your abilities, Nurse.
Yes,
I seriously
nurse,
doubt back then he
because
would have
I'll
used the
never
word
be a
gender.
doctor, no matter what my skills. I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
I'm just gonna support her, because people are dying. She has the skills.
Have you heard of Elizabeth Blackwell? She was the first woman listed on the UK Medical Register.
Why?
Change is slow, but it will come. And you will always have my support.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth. That's all I'm saying.
I already said that I agreed with you. Why did you get all tense?
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our situation?
No, actually I don't. And also I took out one of our nurses, so I don't have a lot of room to talk.
I can't say I approve of what you did. But as a field surgeon, I know that some situations require you to bend the rules.
I'm not proud of what I've done, but to contain the epidemic must be our priority, so we can't afford to lose Dr. Tippett.
All of her hints. Still am missing 2 of his.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
I already talked to him. Oh, darn. I'm hit lost. Because I talked to him first.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Well, I wasn't gonna eat him anyway, so...
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Oh, at least now she's facing me. How... Maybe it's one of
Goodbye, nurse.
his
Call me
hints
if
that
you
I
need
was supposed to get to hear that. Hmm. Ah, he's shooting me. He is. God damn you. Oh, god damn it. Report about Pembroke, November 2nd, from Scott Lewis Cadney, to Mr. Jeffrey McCollum. Object, Pembroke Hospital survey vampire activity. Sir, having observed the Pembroke Hospital for 2 weeks now, and we can confirm vampire activity there. First, we now have proof of the presence of a female leech inside the hospital. Actually, no, you don't. The beast is clever. She acts like a mental patient to hide her true, unholy condition. I personally sneaked inside the hospital and heard the creature whining about her need for blood since her body is decaying. You fucking dumbass. But it gets worse. The administrator of the Pembroke Hospital is Dr. Swansea, according to our team leader, Amanda Tilton, who died yesterday in a fight against a stall by the canal. He may be a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. If that's true, then there may be something big going on at the Pembroke. Maybe even a nest of vampires, protected by those bloody traitors of the stole. We don't know what to do, but we are convinced you better come quickly with reinforcements and heavy gear. It's not good. The Great Hunt, hail to our fallen comrades. Hail to our fallen comrades, hail to their bravery, for we prevailed. The Guard prevailed, my brothers. We hunted them down, the enemies of mankind, hidden in the dark tunnels of our modern cities. We found them in their nests and dens, and they perished. We brought the fires of battle to the blackest pits. Never had such large-scale war been engaged by mortals against immortals. Excuse me. Remember this victory, my brothers, for it seals and proves our methods. Never sleep, never surrender, never give up. Are you fucking Galaxy Quest? Yes, my brothers, our method is good, and England is safer tonight thanks to you. Thanks to those of us bitten and killed by the enemy, or our trembling hand when they turned against us. Do not tremble, my brothers. Do not doubt. I cry tonight. For the fallen comrades, I cry. For I'm an old man who finally saw my goal accomplished as I live my last years on this earth. The Guard of Prewin is only half a century old, and we have already accomplished much more in Traitors of St. Paul in half than the much more the Traitors of St. Paul in half a millennium. This is our first great hunt. Let them leeches who survived our wrath remember we won't stop. From the Adversary by Kendall Stone, founder of the Guard of Prewin. In over here. There she is.
To me, even the darkest thoughts in your heart.
Stop
Good evening,
with
Miss
your weird
Halcroft.
roleplay.
How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Okay.
Tell Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
Okay. Now I have all of her hints.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong
It
people.
it already was.
You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
Alright.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Oh, she's actually, like, underneath the crazy. She's a nice person.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Okay. Crazy is so strong with her.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time.
Do you have money?
Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you.
Oh.
I'll keep that proposition in mind.
I really will not be doing that.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
He's so sarcastic.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave.
That's a shock.
It was an accident.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Maybe you need surgery?
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
Okay. Oh, hint failed. Fuck.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in RERUN. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you
What?
trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
interesting that I failed that hint. Which means I'm at max with him. I wasn't gonna eat him anyway.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
I am going to rest to evolve. Even though I did not heal that migraine having guy over at Whitechapel. I do fight a lot, so. Why are so many people oh, what just happened? What the fuck? Why did it just crash? Why did everyone get sick and why did the game crash? Did I just lose all my progress for the day? I may have just lost all my progress for the day. We'll find out. That's today's date. Why did everyone get sick just suddenly? I have so many people to heal at the Pembroke Hospital now. What did I do wrong? Stable? Why? What is everyone sick with? Fatigue, 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 fatigue. I'm gonna have to heal everybody. Everyone has fatigue. Okay. What did I do wrong? How's Whitechapel doing? He has a cold now. I have to heal his cold. Jesus, everybody got fatigue. How many fatigue things? Oh, Jesus Christ, so much fatigue. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cases of fatigue. I have 3 on me. I need 4 more. Okay. At least I know what happened. I mean, actually, I don't know what happened. At least it's all just fatigue. Alright, so let's talk schedule. At least I didn't lose all my progress. For those of you watching this as a rerun, and watching it right now, there is a link to my book in the description of this video. There's a link to my Discord. You can join my locals to get access to my writing. The next book club is March 30th at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and the book is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. You can join on the live stream if you've read the book. No camera necessary, or you could just watch it. But just send me a message if you want to be on the live stream. And now the schedule. Tomorrow night, Cyberpunk 2077. Tuesday night, Baldur's merch. Yeah. Check out my new shop at cafepress.com/AlexofAllTrades for all kinds of products with my face on them.